Well, hey there, guys. We're going to talk about something called copyrights. Um, Something that I more or less deal with here on this particular channel, and something that I'm aware of, and I don't really fret much about it, to be honest with you. And let me kind of explain why. Now, on my channel here, I do, of course, different music covers, usually bass covers. I play my bass along to a song. Um, Sometimes, maybe some acoustic guitar covers, with singing and stuff. So, but for the most part, I do, of course, cover copywritten material, copywritten songs. See, when I first started doing it, and kind of saw what is expected, as far as when you do copywritten material here on YouTube, um, pretty much one of the first things that most copyright holders do is that if you happen to have a copywritten song on your video, they basically just tell you that you can't monetize the video and that ads are going to appear on the video, and the money, of course, is going to then go to the copyright holder. Um, Now, for the most part, for me, that's all right. I don't really care. Um, I more or less do these base covers as entertainment. I kind of enjoy doing it myself and everything. Also to provide maybe a little bit of educational teaching for those maybe want to know how the bass part to a song goes or something like that. Um, and I just for some reason basically I just assumed that most all copyright holders had that general policy. If you did one of their songs, they would basically say that's fine to keep it in your video, but we're going to put the ads there and we're going to be getting the money for whatever you get on that video. So that's more or less what, like I said, what I assumed was going to happen. Um, a video I had done very recently apparently had different copyright policies than a lot of the other ones that I've came across, and it completely caught me off guard. And it was up until after that I started learning where to go um, to find out what type of copyright policies are on various songs. There's a copyright section there on YouTube that will tell you all about if you have this song in your video, this is what kind of restrictions there are on that. So, like I said, I just became aware of this after this little incident. So I had recently done a bass cover of a song. Um, that I just assumed again would just basically say, hey, it's copywritten, ads are going to appear, you can't monetize it. That's really what I thought it was going to entail. And these particular copyright holders had a different restriction. Their restriction basically was that my video covering their song um, was viewable in other countries, but it would not be played in the United States. And I had never ever seen a restriction like that. It was my first time seeing it, and like I said, this completely caught me off guard. So, like I said, about that time I started investigating, found the policies for different copyright holders, and um, that's when I discovered this particular artist has those kind of restrictions on a lot of their music. So, um, for the most part, originally I thought like, well, you know, having my video out there was better than nothing, even if it meant it couldn't be played here in the U.S. Um, but I also started investigating too, and I found out that there were other bass covers out there of this particular song that I could view, that I could actually watch. Um, Same song, um, basically the same everything. It was same, like I said, same song. It was a bass cover. Guys were playing bass to the song, and like I said, I could view them. It made no sense to me. It's like, why am I the one being singled out here? And I'll admit, like I said, I was not really quite up to par on the copyright policies. Um, and so what I had done is I went ahead and seeing how there were other videos out there that did not have those types of restrictions that were being placed on my video, I fought it. And was like, listen, I put in my little claim description there that, hey, these following videos here feature the same exact song and they're not restricted in the United States. There's no restrictions like that. So I submitted that, and never really got a response back from the copyright holder, or however that process works. And once I think they gave them like a month for a response and resolution to it. I never really heard anything, but after the time had passed, more or less, it's like the copyright thing was lifted off my video. So, and I haven't heard anything since. So I went ahead and during this whole process, I had put the video private. And once the time had passed, and like I said, I hadn't really heard anything, I just went ahead and made it public, and no particular copyright restrictions on it. So that's my whole copyright situation in a nutshell. And what I've learned from this, of course, is that, like I said, I now know where to go to for any kind of copyright policies and restrictions. So I'll know ahead of time if I decide to do a certain song. I'll know ahead of time if I think I should do that song or if I should not. And second of all, it's basically left me the impression that for this particular artist, I'm not going to probably cover any more of their songs just because of those restrictions, and just because I don't want to fight every single one of them, or just have it, not be worth the battle and be restricted in the U.S. and whatnot. So, like I said, for this particular artist, I'm not going to probably do any more of their songs for the reasons of the restrictions, and just so I don't have to go down this whole path again. I mean, it really was kind of painless, but I really wanted to do. I really love this particular artist's music and love to cover it and stuff. But if we're gonna have those kinds of restrictions and things, yeah, I can do without it. So that's my whole copyright situation in a nutshell. If you guys have any questions out there in terms of where to find these copyright policies, I'll gladly tell you where they're at. Or like I said, you may even know about them yourself. So yeah, don't expect any more covers from this particular artist. But that's okay. We'll find other artists that I can do bass covers of and not have to worry about that kind of stuff. So, but anyways, I just want to kind of bring that to light. And like I said, if you guys have any questions, comments, or anything, you can leave them below. And do I thank you guys for watching? Remember, if you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything. And we will see you in the next video.